Hello YouTube, my name is Nero and today we have some Call of Duty 4 and I have some great news in regards to Modern Warfare Remastered, but I also have some terrible news in regards to Modern Warfare Remastered. So which one would you guys like to hear about first? Because I think we're going to start things off here with the bad news. So if you go over to the official Call of Duty website, they now have a page for Modern Warfare Remastered. And if you guys want to check it out, it's callofduty.com/modern-warfare-remastered. Now if you go there, you're going to get this screen right here. And if you scroll down, you're going to see some very small text. And I'm going to go ahead and read that text for you guys here. At launch, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered will contain only 10 multiplayer maps from the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare game. Right, we already knew that. So additional multiplayer maps will be made available by December 31st of 2016. We already knew about that as well. It's going to be a free update, which is going to give us the final 6 multiplayer maps. And continuing on here, it's going to say, Modern Warfare Remastered is a full game download. Game disc must be inserted to play Modern Warfare Remastered. Internet connection required. For more information, please visit callofduty.com/MWR_FAQ. And if you guys want to click that link, feel free to do so, but it's just going to take you over to an FAQ they posted in regards to Modern Warfare Remastered several months ago that has not been updated whatsoever. So the concerning line here is game disc must be inserted to play Modern Warfare Remastered. I've seen so many tweets today of people upset about this because there's a big plan going around amongst fans in the Call of Duty community where they plan to buy the Legacy Edition of Infinite Warfare. They're going to download Modern Warfare Remastered because if you guys don't know, there's no physical copies of Modern Warfare Remastered. It's only going to be a digital download only. They plan to install Modern Warfare Remastered and then take the disc for Infinite Warfare to GameStop or somewhere similar and sell it back to the retailer. That's been the plan for a long time for a lot of people, but according to this wording, which is very vague, so take that with a grain of salt, it says game disc must be inserted to play Modern Warfare Remastered. There's no game disc, it's only going to be a digital download. So this is saying that perhaps you actually have to have your Infinite Warfare disc in your console to be able to play Modern Warfare Remastered. That's definitely a little bit concerning, but to those people, I will say this. The beta is right around the corner. If you have $5 to spare, I highly recommend just pre-ordering Infinite Warfare. You don't have to go ahead and buy the game, right? That's the thing about pre-orders. Like, you can pre-order something without actually purchasing it. So for $5, you can pre-purchase Infinite Warfare, which will then give you access to the Infinite Warfare beta. Here are the dates for the beta. I highly recommend trying out the game before you give your final judgment on the game and decide you're not actually going to purchase it. For $5, you can try it out. You may like it. Give it a shot. That's my thought on that. But it's definitely a little bit concerning that they actually plan to, or at least they seem to want to, make us keep Infinite Warfare in order to play Modern Warfare Remastered. It makes sense from a business standpoint, right? If you're Activision and you're thinking to yourself, okay, so we're putting out 2 Call of Duty games this year. We're going to make a lot of money from the initial sale, but they want to keep making more money from the DLC, whether it's going to be microtransactions, whether it's going to be map packs. They want to continue making that money, and how they continue to make that money is by keeping fans engaged with their game. If a big number of the player base plans to sell Infinite Warfare as soon as they get it just so they can play Modern Warfare Remastered, they're losing out on a lot of potential DLC purchases for Infinite Warfare. It's in the best interest of Activision to try to get you to keep the game on your shelf and, better yet, in your console. That's their plan, right? So they want to make it so you can't actually sell your game right away. It makes sense. Now, again, I will say that this wording is very vague, right? It doesn't necessarily say that it's going to require you to keep Infinite Warfare. You have to have that game no matter what if you want to play Modern Warfare Remastered. It doesn't necessarily say that, although it kind of alludes towards that. So we're going to have to see how it's going to work out, but I could definitely see Activision trying to pull this off because it makes the most sense. Even if you don't plan to play the game whatsoever, you still have it there on your shelf or in your console or somewhere, right, where you may want to play it. And if you do end up playing it, you may want to purchase some microtransactions. You may want to go ahead and buy some DLC. It makes a lot of sense from their perspective, and I think a lot of people are pretty upset about that. But of course, we're going to have to see how this is going to play out. But moving on over to some good news for you guys, Raven Software is continuing to listen to the community and continuing to make adjustments to Modern Warfare Remastered based upon community feedback. Most recently, they have updated the game, so we will now have an option to toggle our medal notifications notifications in the game, which is something that I was personally asking for. I was asking them about this on Twitter. I was talking about it in my videos. I'm so happy they're actually adding this to the game because I'm somebody who's just not a giant fan of medals, and I completely understand because I've seen people make the opposite argument, saying that like they like medals in the game. It makes them feel happy when a medal pops up. That's perfectly fine. But for me personally, like I'm not a fan of them. I just don't really feel as though they serve a giant purpose. Like, oh boy, I got a long shot. Here's a medal. You know, I don't really like that whatsoever. So I'm happy that they're going to give us an option to just turn that off. Like you're still going to get your medals. If there are some camos, like gold camo, for example, which are locked behind long shots or getting certain medals, you're still earning them. But if you toggle the notifications, it's just not going to pop up for you on your screen, which I think is really, really nice. I'm very happy about that because it's going to be more like what it was back in Call of Duty 4 without medals popping up on your screen. So that's definitely a good bit of news. I love Raven Software, guys. I really do. These guys are so fantastic. I've seen so many people saying that they should be working on a Call of Duty game full time. Like they should be thrown in there in the rotation with Infinity Ward and Treyarch and Sledgehammer. And to that I say, I'm not sure if that would be the greatest idea ever, but I really do feel as though Raven Software should be working on remastered Call of Duty games full time. It makes so much sense. Next year, with whatever Sledgehammer is coming out with, give us the remastered World at War. Year after that, Modern Warfare 2. Year after that, the original Black Ops. Keep going. Keep giving us these remasters because they're so good at working with the community to make sure the game is everything that we want it to be. When they first remastered it, they wanted to make it be like a remaster, right? They updated the sounds, they updated the textures and icons and the kill feed and stuff like that. And basically, one by one, the community's like, change it back, change it back, change it back. And they're like, okay, I mean, we thought we would update it for you guys, but if you want the original, you guys can have the original. And they changed it back for us. I love the fact that they work so well with the community that way. But at the same time, I will say, it seems like it's kind of easy for them to do that, right? Because they already have a base platform to work with, Call of Duty 4. It's already there. All the icons are still there. All the sounds are still there. They just need to take those sounds, update them slightly, maybe add more bass or something, I don't know, and then just put it into Modern Warfare Remastered. Like, it's not really hard work, but it's work that they're doing nonetheless. It's work that they could have got away with not doing, but they decided to just do it anyway because they want this game to be as close to the original as possible. They want it to be the game that we all hoped it would be, and so far, on every account, it looks like it's going to be that game. I'm very excited for Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude this video. Stay tuned for another video later on this evening. I think it's going to be pretty fun, so definitely stay tuned for that. But let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the idea that we may have to keep our Infinite Warfare disc to actually be able to play Modern Warfare Remastered? I would definitely love to hear your thoughts on that and your thoughts on the continuous updates that Raven Software is giving Modern Warfare Remastered. Once again, guys, hope you enjoyed. Drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.